touched upon how microfinance institutions are involved in this, but would you like to elaborate on that and the role of women lenders in Ground Zero entrepreneurship?
Yeah, so microfinance institutes obviously, play an instrumental role in terms of providing funds to small businesses in theory, right? But in practice, the process is so cumbersome. It is time consuming, cumbersome, the barriers that they require to overcome these challenges. Um, it works as a demotivator in the end. Like a woman applying for a loan through a microfinance institute will go to the office one day, next day she decides she never wants a loan because the process is so cumbersome. And if a woman could put gold in her collateral or her house in her collateral, why wouldn't she just sell her gold, her house, and invest in a business? Why would she want a small loan? So I think microfinance institutes, Akuwait is a great example. They don't take any interest. They have a very high borrowing rate, and majority of their borrowers are women lenders. They follow the community collateral model, which is far more effective. So I think we need more institutes like Akuwait, and what Dr. Amjad Saqib has done. I just feel we need a lot more Dr. Amjad Saqibs in Pakistan.
So, what about the training opportunities which are offered by LUMS, and how exactly the selection, recruitment, training curriculum, etc. works?
Yeah, so LUMS offers, LUMS has a dedicated National Incubation Center, which is formerly the LUMS Center for Entrepreneurship. They do train a lot of micro entrepreneurs. If someone is interested, they can visit NIC Lahore's website or NIC Lahore's Facebook page, or email the admin or the program manager there and find out about the next round of trainings for micro entrepreneurs. Once they express their interest and applications are open, there will be an application form online. It is usually through GUST that the application form is channeled. It's a simple application form which basically asks you if you're already in business or you have an idea only, right? If you are already in business, the set of questions that you will have to fill out will be different from if you were in idea phase, right? You fill out that form, you send it back to LUMS, they pass it through a screening process, and after that they will call you for an in-person interview. Depending on how well that interview goes, the final selection will happen based on an elevator pitch. Then you will be allowed to come in for 3 minutes, pitch your business to a group of people sitting in the room from different industries, and how well you do in that pitch really determines if you will be included in the program or not. One thing about these programs in LUMS is that in order to make sure that everybody in the classroom learns from each other, we need to make sure that the people are really committed to this. It's not about intelligence over here, it's more about commitment. It's more about commitment to excel. You see, everything else can be taught during the training in terms of how to do your business well. But what's really seen is your commitment, your hunger to success, and how well are you ready to take that pain of doing well. And yes, and so once the training starts, I'll just shed some light on that. It could be a 10-day bootcamp training, or it could be like a month-long weekly training. It really depends on the group that's selected. For example, if sometimes we are training off-site and we are not in Lahore and we have to go to, let's say, Karachi, then it makes more sense for the trainers to do a bootcamp style training. But obviously, if all the trainers are based out of Lahore and we have all our guest speakers lined up, then we do a month-long or a 2-month-long training. The first training that we did in 2016, that was for 2 months, 2.5 months. At LUMS. But now, obviously, over a period of time, we've kind of mastered the methodology, the curriculum, have a better understanding of, assessing businesses. So now we are in a position where we can deliver it in a shorter time frame also.
So what sort of other support mechanisms do these trainings provide to the people who come?
So we connect them with investors. We provide them with, okay, we don't give them any funding ourselves, but we connect them with investors. We connect them with other small businesses. The great part about these trainings is there are a lot of entrepreneurs who come in for training and exchange ideas during training, kind of like form partnerships within the classroom, right? So I think that platform as it is, just, you're giving so many people the experience of coming together under one roof and exchanging ideas, exchanging notes. We had this guy, for example, Lalaji Dahi Bharas. He used to sell Dahi Bharas. He had one stall initially when he came. And after taking our training, now he has like 6 stalls throughout Lahore, and he's doing really well. So, he partnered with other guys he met in the training who were pitching for something else. And he strengthened his team, and that's how a simple Dahi Bhara model on a cartwheel has expanded so much, and he's gained quite quite the buzz in the city that he's, Lalaji Dahi Bharas are really, everybody should try them. So it's so you have a lot of that going on also. So access to information, access to network, telling them if you want to get a loan, what are the pros, what are the cons, who should you, obviously we're not partnered with any specific MFI, Microfinance Institute. It is not our job to advocate for one particular institute. We can only guide them. We can guide them that, if you're taking a loan of 100,000 and they're saying interest rate of, let's say, XYZ%, that translates into this. If you don't pay a monthly installment of this, then, this all will add up. And on top of that, there's some hidden costs as well regarding the application fee. We try to make them more aware about the whole process. To begin with, we discourage them from taking loans. We are of the opinion that you strengthen your business, you strengthen your revenue stream, and whatever you want the money for, you take it out of the business, ideally, right? And if that is not, then the other option is grants. You have, for example, I told you KP government has been giving out grants, international donor community has been giving out grants. You have names like, but abhi jo grants hain, they're catered more towards startups. They're catered more towards SMEs, small and medium enterprises. You won't find anywhere small businesses or ground zero entrepreneurs or micro entrepreneurs or informal businesses. So I think we do our best in terms of connecting them with prospective channels of finance and training them on how to get money. But by the end of the day, it really depends. How well they kind of, take the learning forward and develop their skills.